backyard. And here we are. We had lots of rain last night. And when I mean lots of rain, it was like the flood itself. We needed that very badly here. We actually had to come out and check on all the backyard animals to see how they were doing after the storm. I think they liked it because it's cooler. So what do I do with... Okay, we're back. Sorry, I always forget to take it off of the Wi-Fi in the house and move it to the other one. That's what just happened there. But this bucket of worm tea is absolutely both alive and a source invigorate for whatever I put it around. This simple setup here, you can see, it's not very appetizing, but it is nature at work. It is rabbit manure, which I put in there yesterday when I pressure washed out the rabbit manure collection bins. Hey, Palm Nation, good to see you. Yeah, I know. And you know what? Turd water is delicious. Here's a question I have, and I don't really know the answer, and that is there some kind of worm egg transfer that takes place via the worm tea? Because I see worms everywhere in my yard now. And I bet you if I stuck a shovel in right there, I would see worms. It just rained, so they're up towards the surface, but the point is I scarcely saw a worm prior to really committing to the vermiculture thing. Yeah, the worm mating. That's right. It is bizarre. I don't understand it, but I think I don't need to understand it, really. I mean, it's not that important. You're going to reach a limit of what you understand anyway. And, well, the idea that worm turds are part of the natural order of things seems to make perfect sense. Just don't know what to put it on. This banana grove has been thriving for sure. A single worm egg makes 8 baby worms. Wow. I've thought about seeding worms from, like, if I lift this up, you can probably see them almost crawl back in. I don't see. Anyway, I've thought about seeding different areas of the yard just with handfuls of the worm farm. But I haven't really needed to because we're finding worms everywhere. But now that I think of it, I don't recall them being the red worms. These are red wigglers that I got from a local farm in here. And mostly what I see are the not reddish. Oh, you're experimenting with YouTube Shorts. Yeah, that's cool. How do you like that, by the way? I did a bunch of them. And it was interesting, the first day that I did a bunch of YouTube Shorts, I lost like 4 subscribers. I actually went down 4 subscribers. But, oh man, well, I enjoyed doing it, so I just kept doing it. And then I saw that, that was just a one-day blip. But I like the short form content format, just because it lets me consolidate an idea into just one bite-sized piece. And I get to use this phone, which will produce great quality, actually, even though it's just an Galaxy S8. It'll produce great quality in the shorts because you videotape it to your phone and then release it to YouTube, unlike this live stream, which is probably choppy and a little bit rough on the visual quality side because it's going through a Wi-Fi connection, so it's limited by bandwidth. Look at this. I hope that shows up clearly. I'm gonna go check out your shorts, Palm Nation. You can count on it. Yeah, you went viral in India. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I have on this channel, it's not that big, but on this channel a lot of folks from all over the world. I mean, who isn't in the subtropical belt of growing possibility interested in tropical fruit? That's really cool. So, yeah, Hurricane Dorian 2019. I come out here and write. I've decided in Hurricane Dorian 2019, I am going to write down with a Sharpie each hurricane as they happen. I also decided I'm not evacuating. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not saying anybody else should do that. I'm just saying for me, that's where I arrived for lots of reasons. Yeah, it's interesting. Your shorts being all over the place. Mine are, yeah, definitely eclectic too. The shorts that I put out, because sometimes I've made a few of them where I'm just like, I'm feeling happy right now about a thing, and I'm looking at something I really love, so I'm just going to, yeah, do a quick short on that. So I just, looking at the palm trees waving and saying, I'm loving this. Nice. Thanks for joining us. Hold on, I got to go to live chat. There you go. James Tropicals, always good to see you. Welcome aboard. And look, James Tropical, you've got the little wrench next to your name. You're a moderator. There you go. I don't even really know what that means. So let me know if you discover what it means. Yeah, not a lot of need for moderation, I don't think, but you never know. Yeah, so where to put all this worm tea? This sweet, sweet worm tea. And before we make that monumental decision. Oh, thanks, Dion. I appreciate it. Love the content. That's awesome. Yeah, well, I enjoyed doing this YouTube channel, that's for sure. Yeah, Palm Nation, I'll make you a moderator right now if I could figure out how to do it, but it would probably fumble around. Let's see, maybe I can do it. Believe. Let's see. Yeah, I want to increase my moderator army. That sounds great. Okay, let's see. My moderator army. I'm trying to look around on this interface to see how. I'm going to have, you know what I'll have to do is do some live streams. I've actually got some subjects I was thinking of covering, just doing some live streams in the evenings about various topics that I'm thinking about. And on there, it's easy on the desktop interface to, add moderators. Yeah, I'd like to get much more into this. Oh, and a lot of these live streams are just like tangents, which I think is the nature of it. But I wonder if. Okay, so this is two. Suzanne over at Funky Chicken Farm taught me this method. I actually bought this little nozzle from her. It's like $5 or something. It's a game changer. This system is excellent. It's just two bins, but I wonder if the water that's down in that bin is growing mosquito larvae. The mosquitoes have been pretty bad. I mean, they're not bad right now, I'm grateful to say, and I'm wearing, flip-flops, so they just go right for those ankles. But I'm wondering if I need to change my system to avoid the possibility of the mosquito larva. Always a... Hey, Treasure Outdoors, there he is. I was just watching your channel this morning, man. Yep. I like that underwater archaeology. I always think when I'm walking on the beach, 'cause we're not far from the Treasure Coast here, when I'm walking on the beach that, maybe I'll just see a gold coin washed up. It's not inconceivable that that could happen. Oh, they poured bleach down there, huh? Yeah, I don't know if I want to go that far, but the vermiculture, of course, is alive. All right, hold on. Oh, I just found, sorry, I'm looking through my phone to try to figure out. Okay, I figured it out. Palm Nation, you're going moderator. Add moderator. Palm Nation is now moderator. Treasure Outdoors, You want to be a moderator? This is the moderator job where I predict 0% moderation required. We're mostly just watch worm tea drip into a 5-gallon bucket. Yeah, my moderator army is growing. It grew to 2. Okay, I'm going to tell you something that happened to me this morning. I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but I never really look ahead to see if I've got a day off. And I went for a bike ride this morning. I was, gee, there's rather few cars on the road. Came in, was going to get ready to work, and realized, oh, I have the day off. I get a free day off. Okay, yeah, banishing trolls. Yeah, you never know. That's right. Troll could come in at any minute. Well, they say the nature of life is to chop the head off of one serpent and have 8 more grow. And the key is to just get really good at dealing with those things. Yeah, guy dissing my brown turkey fig. I've had a hater from time to time on Eat Your Backyard. I really kind of confused by it, honestly, but the oak tree video that I did, that one seems to draw in here. Okay. The oak tree video seems to draw in the arborist people who don't like my, don't make nubs on your oak tree video. It offends their arborist sensibilities in some cases. There is a moringa tree. And I've got a little tamarind growing down at the base that I just jammed in there, but we're gonna go with that. My fancy technique. Now I haven't given the soursop. This is my new soursop. So give peace a chance. Oh, that smell. Good thing there's no smell-o-vision. That's smelling exactly. Oh, look at how it gets. Okay. This is the moment where I realized, yep, you could just drop your phone right into the worm tea. By mistake. You can eat fruit from queen palms? No way. I've always wondered that because they smell good. And they're plump fruits, like they're fruit to pit ratio. Here's my other soursop. Lowe's soursop. Nothing but the finest. Ah, look at this. Already starting the little brown tips action. Not too bad though, not too bad. Just watching to see how it likes beachside living. It's not for everybody. Oh, that's rich. Yeah, that's rich. This Janeri fig, which is supposed to have these huge figs, just want to believe in this one. I think these figs take a little while to just take off, really. This is a Valencia orange, which I gave very low chance of survival. And it's actually clinging to life, which is meeting my expectations, really. Citrus is a luxury here because they don't like the salt. This is a lime tree. A kefir lime. I'm gonna give that one some. And of course, the citrus trees, they like that dry feet. They like, so I think this is a better setup where you have just organic compost over sand, what's essentially sand in my yard. If you could see the kind of sand, the kind of soil I have, it's very loose. Oh, this strawberry tree is looking great. And the one I grew from seed on that what you got growing on thing that I did is huge. What the heck? This is, to me, it's so cool. It's like, oh wow, Sable Minor fruit. That's so cool. I actually bit into an unripened Robellini nut yesterday, and I've heard, they're miniature date palms. and they're decent, but they're so little. But of course, this year the areca palm madness has begun. I've got an areca clump, a new one planted back in there. But anyway, back to this idea that Montingia, Jamaican cherry tree I grew from seed, has just skyrocketed. That thing has got to be 12 feet tall. Nuts. Never seen one grow that vigorously. It even started to show some flowers here and there, which is interesting, but it's not thick in the flower. Oh, there we go. Fruit on the way. Oh, here's already producing fruit. Year into it. Can't say that for many fruit trees, really. Yeah, all right. So you know what? Why not reinforce success? I'm going all in, all the rest. Get into the Montingia. Oh, that's cool. A Czech translation. Now look at this. Here's why bananas get super high rankings in my world. I went through a major banana grove relocation thing over last year. It took a while, but anyway, this is the remnants of the last bit of it. All the compost has either been put back into the beds or in these compost bins, but this is just a piece I ended up throwing back in there, and I forgot about it, and look what happened. From the root ball that I'd cut off, a piece of it just grew down, took root, and up came this beautiful Musa banana. Now it's kind of problematic because I've got that power line up there, and even though that thing is 25 feet up, this thing will want to touch it for sure. But I don't know. That's the problem with these. I was afraid I was going to electrocute myself getting them away from the line, getting them out of there. I mean, it was really like, it was one of those things. You ever done this kind of thing in your yard where you're just like, hey, LaFrance, good to see you. Where you do a thing in your yard and you just think afterwards, it's done. I didn't die, but next time I should do that differently. That was my banana grove relocation experience. Final thought. Never again. But then as I say that, you know, see, the mango trees can get so big, you know, and if you see this, we've got a power line coming in and the thing just wants to grow over it. You know, is that dangerous? Yes. Anything over this line is dangerous. 220 volts of pure decisiveness ready to happen there. But this Hayden mango just wants to grow for the sky. That's a problem with mango trees like the Hayden. Another one like that is the Valencia Pride, by the way, which I was looking at. They actually have those over at Lowe's. If you watch the channel, you know I've got a Lowe's not too far. I was actually looking at getting maybe a third soursop. I don't know. We'll have to think it over. But they have Valencia Pride mangoes there is the point. And they had also Kent mangoes. But the Valencia Pride are supposed to be similar to the Hayden, and they get rather big. And the problem is they can get so big, like if you look at this mango tree, it's hard to even get a picker to them. This one is just at the limit of how tall I want to let it get. And plus it gets all raggedy on the top from the salt wind. Anyway, so it looks better if you trim it back. But that one, I'm going to bring that way down this year. Way down. So that it has a future, because I can't have a 40-foot tall mango tree directly next to my house. Too many hurricanes. So yeah, well, I guess we decided. We'll see how these plants do, but I'm always looking to add more into the yard. My pigeon pea ad was a key one this year. I'm going to recommend that to everybody time and time again. That's such a pioneer plant. It's such a great resource. You get high protein peas, etc. So That's a good one. Good one to add. I grew it every possible way. Oh wow, that yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Do I have any unusual fruiting plants like Lullo or Gack or Salic? I don't think I do. Hey, by the way, LaFrance, you want to be a moderator? Oh, you're tired of the same old plants. Yeah, I know. Novelty, right? I mean, novelty is a part of gardening. I'm always looking for it. This year I added a few things you probably already have, but the pigeon pea and the roselli, tamarind I added this year, sweet tamarind, and also I grew some sour tamarinds from seed. That was a new one for me. Um, Trying to think what else is new. I did definitely go with new varieties of things I knew work. Oh, the jujube. Yep, that's one I was considering. I was also considering the jaboticaba as a plant that I actually saw them for sale for about 30 bucks a piece at a local nursery. The jaboticaba has looks like black grapes all on the trunk, and they're supposed to be super delicious. It's a really bizarre fruit. The other one is miracle fruit that I've been considering adding. Oh, Pete from Green Dreams? Yes, absolutely. I watch his channel. Yep. Yeah, I actually have reached out to a bunch of different YouTube channels to see if anybody wants to do get on the podcast, because I'm going to start a podcast thing. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's something that I kind of don't want to do, so I think I need to at least give it a try. As funny as that sounds. But the miracle fruit is incredible. And actually, I've gotten reports from folks here locally that grow it that say it's pretty hardy. But yeah, you can. So with the miracle fruit, you can say suck on a lemon and then eat the miracle fruit, and suck on a lemon. And it tastes sweet. It takes the sour flavor, which is the miracle. It's a low standard for miracles, I would say. Oh wow! So yeah, Treasure Outdoors, you found a miracle fruit at Walmart? Oh, that is the score of all scores, if that's the case. I need to go start checking Walmarts. Isn't it weird? I wonder how these stores get their fruit tree supplies. I did find that one place down in, it's actually not in Wabasso, it's in Sebastian, Florida, down by the Indian River, not far from that, in the little town of Sebastian. Little like fruit tree spot nursery there. Had great trees, had good prices. Yeah, I'm almost afraid to go back there, just because I'm not sure it's possible for me to go there and not come back with like 3 different fruit trees, because it's so interesting. I saw a bunch of things there that I was like, I wonder. One of them was the soursop, which added, but I don't know that that's that exotic, really, the soursop, but I guess it's on the kind of on the list. Why a cayenne pepper refuses to ripen? I don't. I've had problems with growing peppers in Florida. Yeah, I just have not had good success with peppers in Florida. It's so hot here that I know my next door neighbor grows them. I should actually ask him if he'd let me check them out, do a video or something. But I have had no success, so I have no advice. Nothing useful there. But certainly there's room for more in the undercarriage. Oh, the calamondin, yeah. That's one I've I've considered too. Jackfruit is another one, but the jackfruit tree gets so tall, so big rather. It's just a large scale tree. The white sapote, that's another one. Of course, I got the black sapote here, which is the chocolate pudding tree. The chocolate pudding tree for me is a good kind of must-have tree because it's easy to grow. This one got thrashed by hurricanes and trimmed it back over the years, and it's come right in. You can see. Oh, thanks, Treasure Outdoors. Yeah, man. It inspires me to keep gardening more, to come out and do these. But yeah, this is a persimmon. I think. They're really not good at all until you let them fully ripen, but then when they're fully ripen, it's something like an avocado-ish kind of consistency, sort of, that has a slight hint of a chocolatey-ishness to it. One good thing I noticed is that all the stepped in a rotten mango. All of the Persian mulberry trees I grew are doing well. And in fact, I have one in the front yard that is now got several berries on it, so I'm stoked about that. A neighbor of mine gave me these cuttings. And the thing is, now that I have the chickens and the bunnies, like, all this stuff is definitely something that they will eat. And if it's not something that they will eat, then it's something that's going to be a great return of nutrients into the yard. So now everything is going back into the yard. I was feeding papaya leaves to the chickens this morning and discovered they love papaya leaves. And we have papaya leaves just falling down all the time. So let's see. These little low things that hardly ever produce fruit anyway, so suckers. But yeah, there's all kinds of medicinal properties associated with papayas, but just like all medicinal properties, I would make no claim that isn't backed up with clear research. But hey, you don't need to make any strong claim to say this is a vegetable. You can eat every part of this. I don't like the taste of it, but I know in like supplement stores, or like I went in to get hawthorn berry one time because my blood pressure was a little high. And my summary is it didn't work. But anyway, they had dried papaya leaf. Yeah, La France. Yeah, good question. Most of my neighbors do just have lawns with just a couple ornamentals. There you go, chick. Yeah, they're loving it. Christmas came early. Yeah, most of my neighbors just have regular grass lawns, no edibles. Occasionally you see one that has any kind of edible thing growing. I think that's probably going to change a little bit. It's interesting because you see a lot of this, like, sustainability and, help the environment and all that. And to me, it starts to seem like a lot of virtue signaling. It's like, but part of that's like the thing of this, the purpose of this channel too, which is to get the word out on stuff like this. Like, just through this last year, just through the practices I put in place, simple stuff. The worm farm, 2 animal cage wires as compost bins, a few little things, and I have only put out 1 can of yard waste in the last probably 6 months, which used to be sometimes 2 cans of yard waste every weekend. I mean, now I actually run out of things to put into the compost bin. I'm like looking for the return on like leaves. Well, for instance, this Edward mango over here, which is notoriously poor producer of fruit in my yard, recently dropped all these leaves, and I automatically thought, oh, that needs to go in the compost bin. I don't want to sacrifice that to the mower. Oh, hey, Camel who likes Coke. Good to see you. Welcome. What variety of carambola? Oh, man. I can almost remember that. Almost. To be honest, I don't remember it. Oh, some La France. Some more walk and talks. Wow, man. All right, okay, I gotta make you moderator right now because that was epic. You now moderator. Which was a reference back to the old walk and talk podcast. I should start doing that again. I've had a few people say that they like that format. Just kind of walk around and check out neighborhoods and what people have growing in their front yards, and so on and so forth. It's funny. I made a foxtail palm video years ago, and it was one of my neighbors, and they actually commented, "That's my house," in the background. And then the video gets like 40,000 views or something. It's interesting. It's interesting walking around. And when I travel from time to time too, that just of like going into a neighborhood in like Southern California or somewhere like that, just kind of walking around in the evenings. I've had some really cool experiences just running into people that way that have got a cool thing going on that they're growing and they want to tell you about in their front yard. Most of the time I found people are pretty stoked to tell you what they got going on. Okay, yeah, I've got to keep considering the Facebook thing. I'm just very cautious to extend the social footprint, but Facebook at some point does seem almost inevitable. I should do that. Well, all right, so here we are. Lots of time left in the day to get after it. I appreciate everybody who jumped on. We got some new moderators. That's cool. I'm going to try to amp up the podcasting certainly over the next month. Wednesday releases of videos every Wednesday. I've got them scheduled for the next month, but it'll be probably for the next few months I'll do that. Been doing live streams every Sunday morning pretty consistently. Trying to get into a schedule, and I'll post that schedule on the About tab so anybody who's interested can jump on. Always appreciate it. Hope you have a great day. Hope everything's going great for you and continues, but probably won't consistently, so get after it. Keep moving forward. Thanks for watching. Eat your backyard.